based on the essay "The New Negro" by Alan Locke. To be a new Negro is being a young black African American who is still who is still battling the stereotypes of the old Negro mentality and physically instead of using his new freedoms and mental capacity to separate themselves from those stereotypes. The new Negro constantly uses the way that we are looked at or treated by whites as an excuse to act within those stereotypes. Locke explains that instead of using them as excuses, we should use them as motivation and a base to grow into ourselves as well as a new revolution. He states that we become forced radicals instead of genuine radicals. We allow pressure and injustice to make us stand against the American dream in the American people instead of realizing that we're allowing social discrimination to segregate ourselves mentally. We must study our history to realize that when we develop more self-respect and self-reliance instead of social dependence, we as Negroes will be able to rise to the top. By reading this essay, I've learned that being a new Negro in the 21st century is being a black man who does not know himself. I say this due to the fact that as looking back in my life, I fit into everything that Locke is saying. Locke is saying, yes, as a black man that is receiving higher education, but I'm learning in the American way. I'm not going back to my roots and learning the African American history. We constantly use, social discrimination as an excuse, but that's how we were brought up. We never realize how much of impact we've had on this world or this country because we don't go back in our history. Our history, our roots, are where we develop from. We constantly, standing up when something happens in the community, but when nothing is happening, we are just contempt of where we're at. So I say we do fit into that stereotype. The new Negro needs to have his own understanding of who he is before we can tell somebody else how to change themselves.